Tonight I want to tell you about A Working Man. This is a new action film that stars Jason Statham. And it's fun stuff, so let's get into it. A Working Man stars Jason Statham, David Harbour from Stranger Things, and Michael Pena. What's the story? Jason Statham, of course, is an ex-army guy, because how else do you get to learn how to kill so efficiently and quickly? I believe he was in the British Armed Forces, which explains his accent, even though I believe it's taking place in Chicago. As so many of these great action movies begin, a young woman gets kidnapped, and Jason Statham is going to go get her back. And he's going to stop at nothing, and he's going to take a lot of lives in the process, and you knew that when you bought your ticket, so no surprises. One of my favorite thrillers, starring Liam Neeson, Taken. So there's a lot of Taken DNA in this movie, but that's okay. Okay, in a nutshell, the plot is that Jason Statham plays a construction worker who also happens to be an ex-British military man. Bad guys show up and they kidnap the daughter of the couple that Jason Statham's character is working for on the construction project. And the couple offers to pay off Jason Statham to get him to look for their daughter, because they've heard rumors that he can be pretty good at the violence thing. And at first Jason Statham refuses, but then he remembers that he promised the daughter that he would look out for her. And so he goes after the bad guys. And the bad guys are bad. We're talking Russian mobsters. They've got their fingers in everything. And so Jason Statham character has to infiltrate their organization. He pretends to be a drug dealer. And of course, in a show of good modeling, Jason Statham buys drugs from these people, and then we see him throwing them out after he leaves their establishment, so we can be sure that there's no bad drugs getting into the hands of good people. But I don't mind that. That's fine. Have a little morality. I like good guys who are good through and through. So he's working his way up the chain and killing everybody in his way, and he finally gets to the sons of the Russian mobster, and he kills them. And then there is another character in the organization named Demi, who is one of the last stops on the way to the center of the evil. Jason takes them all out. Now, this Russian mob, however, is a big organization, and it turns out that the gentleman overseeing this particular operation is only part of a much larger octopus. And I don't mean to spoil this, but it's kind of a minor thing. The people over him in this organization at the end of the movie basically tell him, okay, let this drop. You lost your son, you lost relatives, you lost business, but we're not going to help you if you take this guy on. So the prospect of a sequel is dangling out there, and that's okay, because I like sequels, and I like Jason Statham in movies where he fights people and shoots them, and I thought this was a good one. By the way, it's interesting to note that among the creators of the film are David Ayer, who's done a lot of great action movies, and Sylvester Stallone. So he's back to writing, which he's been very good at in the past. He certainly wrote Rocky, and I believe he was one of the writers of First Blood. So keep it up. Good work, Sly. And good work, Jason. This is a good film. I don't think it's quite as fun as The Beekeeper, but I mean, they can't, you said there's some good ones, some bad ones, some not so great ones. So what? It was a lot of fun. Great way to spend your evening. And I give it a thumbs up.